Hello everyone, thank you so much for joining us again at the Optum Care Community Centers. It's Ben Brock here, and today Colleen is going to take us through a Tai Chi workout. Now this is fantastic for balance, for leg strength, core strength, but it's also great for just bringing mindfulness and kind of bringing that stress level down. So go ahead and clear out a nice clear space on the floor for some movement and enjoy this workout. Before engaging in this program, make sure you are in good physical condition and do not suffer from any known disability or condition which would prevent or limit your participation in this exercise program. An examination by a physician should be obtained by anyone prior to commencing a fitness and/or exercise program, or initiating a substantial change in the amount of regular physical activity performed. If you choose not to obtain a physician's consent prior to beginning this fitness program, you should continue at your own risk. It is your sole responsibility to participate in exercises that are appropriate for the current status of your health. It is your responsibility to ask your doctor if this activity is appropriate before participating. This program is not medically supervised, and exercise activities are led by independent fitness instructors or employees of Optum Care. Optum Care Network of Arizona is not responsible for the actions or omissions of the instructors or other program participants.
Hello and welcome. Here we are for our practice. Let's get started by positioning the body in good order. So I'm going to take those feet, and it always begins with the feet. In our Tai Chi practice, it actually goes foot, waist, and then hands. So we always start by bringing our attention to the feet. Feet are going to be nice and straight. Weights primarily in the heels, but the front of the foot is pushing down and gripping. They say like an eagle grips a branch. So it's nice and active. Knees are not locked. There's a slight bend to them. Tailbone slightly tucked, low bellies lift. Chest is relaxed. Shoulders up and open, back and down. Elbows float out. Palms are kind of facing in. And we're going to start in this kind of, it's called standing firm on the earth structure. So fingers are being pulled down. It's like they're magnets attracted to the earth. Chin has a slight toning. Back of the crown of the head has a slight lift. We're going to soften the eyes, maybe just a little light under the eyes. Maybe you're just looking slightly down for balance. Open the eyes forward if you need to for better balance. And we're going to start with some breath now. Body in good order, moving to the breath in and out of the nose. So I'm going to inhale through the nose. Exhale through the nose. Inhale through the nose. Exhale through the nose. Let's do a couple more breaths on your own. Each time just kind of relaxing the chest, relaxing the waist, letting the breath go deeper. So we let that belly expand, the lower diaphragm open. Exhale, navel to spine, breath is pressing out. See if you can feel the breath and make it a little smoother. Try one more time. From there, we're going to begin by pulling down the heavens. So inhale with a circle, reaching up over the head, and exhale, descend, kind of setting. Now I'm shifting forward in the front of the foot some, so I'm beginning to wake up the feet. Inhale and exhale, drawing down into the heels. Third one, so inhale with a nice lift and exhale with a nice descent. We're going to relieve that all the way down. First here, this is going to be working on getting some circulation out to the hands and working the spine. I'm just going to give a little bit of a turn side to side. So traditionally this would be dragon swings whiskers. You'll notice I'm not twisting at my knees. So the idea here is a rotation at the waist and never within the knee. Generally the knees don't need extra movement in that manner. So I'm just going side to side. If I can increase the range of motion a little, I do. Maybe I can look behind you or behind myself, behind you. Take some deep breaths while you do this. If I can spot maybe a corner off to the side, I do. We're going to do about 10 more seconds. Just letting the arms hang and relax. So Tai Chi never has tension in the upper body, all the actions in the lower body. One more. Good. Come to center. You'll want to do one pull down, inhale and exhale. We're going to continue with that forward and back motion in the foot. So I'm going to come to the front of the foot, lifting the heel enough to bring a driver's license up. And I'm going to do, after that, lift the sternum, open the collarbones and the hands. Then into the heels, I'm going to slowly transfer my weight to the heels. Let that tailbone tuck, the shoulders come in and the hands come in. Inhale, I'm going to shift forward, up and open. So toes is where my pressure is, lifting through the sternum, the chest, the palms open, the eyes up. Then into the heels, tuck that tailbone, round the spine, chin in. A couple more. Inhale. So it starts in the feet, then my waist arches, and then my hands open. I sink in the heels. This rounds my back and brings my hands in. So Tai Chi can be a meditation form, and I'm just staying focused, foot, waist, hand. Into the heel. Exhale, round the back, hands in. This time do it again. Inhale, arms come up higher with shoulders down, kind of tricky. And then exhale, weight into the heels, round the back, palms hold the ball at the belly. Inhale, forward, arch, lift, reach, heels, back, chin, hands. Inhale. And exhale. I think we've got one more in us. So last one, shifting forward, arch the back, lift the hands, sink the heels, round the back, hands in. We're going to do the same thing. I'm going to step a little wider, shifting forward to the front of the foot, arch the back. Now hands are going to come forward and then into the heels, back rounds, hands come down. This can actually be done in a relatively wide stance called a horse stance. We're going pretty narrow here, just shifting forward and back. I'm going to do another one. Inhale, come up. And in the heels, exhale, round. One more like that. We're going to take it into a little wider stance again, if it's available. If it's not, you'll maintain this distance of the feet, okay? So we come down. I'm going to take the foot out even further. So you take a stance that works for you. If that's too wide, you come on back. So here, similar. So I come forward to the front of the foot, arch the back, and then I'm into the heels and I'm rounding. So I'm going to kind of come down. Inhale, I'm going to come up. And now hands come down, exhale. So we're going to modify the hands a little. This is just a warm-up stretch, and we'll get into our Tai Chi movement a little more. I'm going to come down in the heels, give a little arch, looking up. Very important. Chin to navel is a stretch, like I'm stretching a rubber band. And then I'm going to give a round, and I'm going to let it relax like a rag doll. I'm going to drape it over, and then I'm going to roll it up and set it down. We're going to do 3 of those total. So hands by the ribs. I'm going to bend the knees, look up, arch the back a little, so I'll turn to the side. And then I'm going to round and let it release. Tailbone under, chin in. I'm going to roll up. I'm just trying to get that spine open. Hands down. Last one. So I'm sinking down in those heels. Giving it a round and a release. Inhale, roll up. Technically, I'm in the front of the foot. And then I'm going to go ahead and bring those hands straight down. So a lot of work kind of going forward and back in the feet. Let's do a little side to side work here. So here I'm going to start now. We've done forward and back. Tai Chi, we're really working with all parts of the feet. So forward, back, but also pressuring left and right and eventually kind of a infinity symbol. So here I'm going to shift one side first, bringing most of my weight. Try and bring your weight over the heel though, versus the ball of the foot. I'm going to go the other way. Now I'm going to shift. Let's take either hand for simple and just go ahead and tuck it behind the back or put it on the hip. Try and get it out of the way. So I'm going to start in the center. I'm going to put one hand down here and I'm going to shift either side. I'm going to bring the hand across and I'm going to bring it up. Shifting to the other side. So I'm shifting side to side. Remember, foot, waist, hand. So I shift to a side, the waist slightly turns, and the hand follows. I go to the other side, slightly turn, and the hand trails. If I want to create a little bit more focus, I look at the hand, as long as it doesn't make me dizzy or anything, and then I shift. So I'm just following side to side, this hand, shifting with the feet. We're going to do both sides here. So it'll be a little tricky when you switch hands. You'll notice I'm adding a little additional rotation to the waist. So it's a little bit extra. Foot, a little more with the waist. Hand, shift to the other foot. Then the waist turns. Then the hand turns. Then I shift. Foot, waist, hand. Let's switch sides. Center, shift. And we want to get good at both sides because eventually what happens is we add in a second hand doing a different thing. So moving right and left simultaneously in opposite directions. We're just looking for that increased focus. Nice and steady. You'll see I'm not moving too fast. Hopefully not anyway. And I'm shifting, turn, lift, and across the center. So I'm going to return back to the middle. Let's see, just for fun, what it would look like with two hands, okay? So I'm going to start generating that one hand pretty simply, right? So I get used to that hand going. And it comes up, and I'm going to look at it. So if I come up and look at that hand, the other hand starts to come across the bottom. And I'm going to switch. So I shift. I'm going to try and slow it down. Shift, opposite heel. Turn the waist, turn the hands. So this is actually a relatively difficult but foundational Tai Chi movement. So challenging, but it'll be asked for you to be done early. So I'm shifting. If that's just too much, I'm going to go back to just one hand. Go ahead and tuck the other hand. Let's just do a couple more. And then we're going to switch to a focus a little bit more on the feet, some footwork. So we'll do two more after this. Here's one. And two. And stand. All right, let's shake those legs out a little bit. So the next one that we're going to be working on here is let's work on the legs a little bit. So Tai Chi is an interesting concept where I'm going to try and stay one height. So eventually we're going to be asked to be moving around the floor and doing walking with our Tai Chi, but we want to do as though I'm under a ceiling that's all one height. So we're going to practice for that. This is actually really good for strengthening the low body. So here I'm going to start with my feet as close as I can. If that's not balance-wise comfortable, take the feet wider. That's okay. So I'll just show you with my feet together. And I'm going to start, I'm going to try and stay one height for you. And I'm going to lift one heel. And then what I'm going to try and do is I'm going to try and switch the feet without changing my height. So you'll see I'm kind of going back and forth. If I need a chair to hold on to or wall, something sturdy, I might grab that. Okay? So this is a mixing and a shifting, right and left. I want to see how smoothly I can switch from these, okay? Now, I'm going to go back and do that one more time. Now that I have all the weight out of one leg, I'm actually going to step it out to the side. And then I'm going to shift like I did all the weight and pull the other heel up. Okay? So I'm just going to start doing this a little bit wider, trying to get that action. Because ideally, I'm going to go all the way over. So we're going to shift. I'm going to bring that foot in. I can bring the heel down, give it a little switch, and shift back. Now again, lift that heel and bring it in. If that's too wide, take a smaller stance. Doesn't have to be a wide stance, okay? So do something that feels comfortable. I'm going to shift, set, steady, bring it in. And I'm going to give a shift. I'm going back to the side. Technically, you could keep walking in one direction. This is a side-to-side task walking in Tai Chi. So this is how you move to each side. Okay? And I'm going to shift and switch. Okay, I'm going to go back to the center. And I can stand for a moment, shake out those legs, okay? So we're not going to do the full thing, but we're going to finish it, close it out with the hand movement and a little bit of the foot. Because ultimately, what I showed you with the hands is going to be the movement that we're working on, okay? We won't do the full thing. I just want you to get the experience of what it's like. So we're going to take the nice step, okay? Find a grounding point, something a width that feels nice and comfortable to you. And we're going to start similar how we were working before. Hand down. So I shift. And as I turn and shift, I'm going to lift that opposite heel. And I'm going to bring it in. Okay? And then I'm going to lift. We're going to do it one more time. Step out. Shift. And bring it in. Okay? We have to go the opposite way. Leg that lifts, I'm going to lift the hand, reach it to the opposite, and I'm going to come right through. And we're close. So just get used to even step and close, okay? Start. Step and close. Get used to going each side, reaching and doing something with the foot and with the hand. That's pretty challenging. Eventually you can do both hands. So practice one hand, practice two hands, and then practice just stepping. Okay, so this is a nice in-room, and usually that would take many hours of practice to work on. I hope this lesson helped you, and we do look forward to seeing you again. Until then, thank you so much.